Hello, my name is Justa. I'm a Gwen main. For about 2 years now, almost 2 million mastery points. Currently in low diamond, high emerald, so emerald 1, diamond 4 lobbies. And I've been playing Gwen for 2 years now, and I've always found the Jax matchup to be a bit more difficult matchup. But most people, most Gwen mains seem to disagree. Most people seem to have difficulty with that matchup. So I wanted to go through a couple different games. One against both Diamond 4 Jaxes, but who play the matchup very differently. The first game, I'm going to explain what you need to do as Gwen in that matchup. And the second game, I'm going to explain what you need to do as Jax to counter what you need to do as Gwen for this matchup. And what you as a Gwen player kind of need to watch out for. So I'm going to go through the first match right now. I'm gonna skip the beginning a bit since I was kind of AFK with getting portions of
Welcome to
this.
Summoner's Rift. Minions have
So
spawned.
usually in the Jax matchup, a lot of Jaxes take Lethal Temple. I actually think that's not bad for you as Gwen. What you need to do is just not trade early on and kind of try and conserve your HP as much as possible. So you can see here, I'm just kind of staying far back. Um, try not to lose XP. And the Jax didn't really punish me for that. Um, But the Potemkin Jocks he excels in long trays, and you kind of want the way to be like right at this position here because he can't really get long trays on you from this position. You're able to poke him down and walk away just like that. So here, Jack jumps on me. I auto him. He'll try and get his E out, Q, and E away. That's something you can do when he jumps on you. Now Jax makes an interesting play here. He recalls and gets the null magic mantle, which isn't necessarily a bad item. I think he probably would have been better staying in lane to get a bit more gold and to afford a sheen. This way you're able to do more damage. But with the Dawn Magic Mantle, Jack doesn't really do that much damage. Because all Jack's damage is over time once you dodge that E. And Jax can't guarantee his E against Gwen without flash. Here you see Jax use his Q to dodge my Q, which means I can come up. And if I come up, he uses his E and I can just E away out of it. At this stage, when the wave is bouncing back like this, Jax can't really contest you. Unless without taking like too much crazy damage. So if he jumps in there, yeah, I make a little mistake actually. I get hit by the E. If I was playing properly, if I didn't make a mistake, I wouldn't dodge the E. Also, I was trying to flash Q him to get the damage in, but he was to react to that. I probably should have flashed to get into the direction of where he would have Q'd to. But you can see it's a pretty bad situation for Jax. Because when the wave is pushing back, he can't really trade into you. Here he survives thanks to the Dormant Mantle. I die due to that. I didn't expect his key to be back up, and I kind of in that situation. But you can tell like it's a pretty good situation for Gwen. As long as you avoid the trades going in, so you have enough HP for the trades going forward. In this situation, Jax had an item advantage, but since you have the wave with you, you have the level advantage, and I'm able to just push in the wave, crash it, and even dive Jax. If I'd done the dive a bit better, if I hadn't wasted my flash earlier, it would have been a pretty decent for Glenn. So yeah, the drive Jack strategy trade was in the wrong decision to make. But I can see here, And completely dodge his E. So I got most of his damage. Now he jumps into me again. He takes a full stack Q, and I just E into him because I know he has no E, so I can afford to do that. If he jumps into me, I just win that trade with without when Jack doesn't have his E up. If we go back here, let's see where the trade began. Um, I walk in here, so Jack jumps on me,
Snip, snip.
which is so I don't panic. I don't E away immediately. I Q. Wait to see where Jax is moving. See, since Jax expects me to E backwards, he's moving in front of me. So if I were to try and E backwards, I will still get hit by his E. And this is a mistake a lot of Gwen players tend to make. At this point in the game, I have a blasting wand. I'm level 5. Jax doesn't have ignite. Like I could stand toe to toe against Jack so long as I don't get hit by his E and taking like 3 damage. So there are a couple of different ways you can dash. You can dash this way. Anyway above this point here. This way, this way, this way, this way, this way. Which is what I do. I
Promptly.
dash this way. And Jack tries to follow, but it's too late. He walked behind me, so he can't really follow me with his E. Then what you trade, you have a range advantage here for a couple of seconds. So Jack's range, even with his W, isn't higher than your range with your E. So you're able to trade with him a little bit and maybe even get a Q off here. And now Jax has his E down, so if he trades into you, he just loses. Right? He can't afford to trade into you. So we're gonna continue this matchup here. Let's continue. Much interesting thing happening here. Just so pushing the wave. The rest of the game is on fire. It's the rest of my team. Oh, they're well, Jax's team since they're losing. So yeah, I still push the wave. Jax is quite low because he took that bad trade. So now I'm concerned about Kazakh, so I just go ward pretty much every choke point. But Jax can't jump on me now because he took that bad trade. He didn't have any HP pots. I'm almost full HP. Yeah, he's about half HP. If he jumps on me, he pretty much dies. That allows me to trade really into him. Alright, and when you sort of QE, um, you want to QE at max range. Yeah, that's not exactly max range. But generally, I'm not really concerned here because I'm kind of ahead, so I can be a bit reckless. But you want to Q in at max range, so Jax has to use his Q, which is his only engaged as escape 2. Yeah, I try to proxy raid because I know I can prevent Jax, and this minion just randomly ignores me. Like, I don't know what the holiness of that. That was extremely strange. Jax was judging me. I hit my Q on him. And here, Jax uses his Q, so I thought this is a good free kill. He dodges this with his next Q. But you can see here in this situation, he pretty much would have died. So if he had not dodged that last R, let's go back to the situation here. He jumps. This cooldown was taken, so it's about 5 seconds. So hence why we have it back up. I used my Q. He stuns me, but I'm completely fine here. He ults. I ult, and what I do is I walk here because Jax is slow, so I walk a bit further. And I'm making good use of my range as Gwen. Because Jack has to be really on top of you to be benefit from his passive, from hitting you. But when you have a higher range in Q, higher range in E, higher range in ult, using that ult slow, you're just able to hide Jax in melee range. And if he can be constantly on you, hitting you with his DPS, That's a lot of his damage output taken away, and that's how you're able to like win this. And I see I'm winning, I jump in and try to get like a point blank arrow, but he dodges. Still is what it is. And I'm pretty sure Jax had an item advantage here. Technically, I mean 350 advantage, like a slight item advantage, I guess, since it's about 1,150 gold, but magic resistance isn't that good as good against Gwen since she has true damage too. So here, let's go back here. So I come in, about equal items. I have a slight item advantage against the CS. That jumps into me. Once again, see, I don't really panic. You don't really need to panic. Some people just panic and eat instantly because the jacks will do the stun instantly. And if you suspect that, you can also just eat forward instantly too. But the jacks just will try to bait out your E with a Q. If you eat instantly, then that leads him to Q on you again with his E. So you want to once if he's not like have a huge gold lead, you want to be able to wait and try to order him back when the order Q, then E away. But if you go to this trade here, dash away. I accidentally hit a minion, but the trade still was shooting me pretty even despite that. If I didn't trade a minion, I actually would have felt confident in going a bit longer at that trade. And probably would have won that as long as I stayed away from his minions, don't get minion damage. The thing is, Judge jumps on you. He will take minion damage unless he E's. And if he doesn't E and tries to fight you, that's good for you. He's taking minion damage. If he E's, then you can E away and dodge that E. And depending on the position, your item advantage, like summons advantage that you have flash, he has ignite, that he also has flash like ignite. It's a very easy kill if he jumps on you around this area. So you can success him. But yeah, that jumps to me. See, I E. And I die. Plus Kha'Zix is here. So if Kha'Zix wasn't here, I killed Jax even if he flashes on me. I'm pretty sure I still win. But especially here, so he jumps to me, I'm fully stacked Q, which is a big mistake, but Kha'Zix is here, so he takes that. He gets full damage here, and here, what I should have done, seeing the Kha'Zix, but the Kha'Zix is out there, I should have E'd in this direction. Like I said, you can E here, so this is behind, you can E here, 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 and we're above the line where he's at. And if I'd eat here, I would have known to flash either here or here, and I would not have known where I flashed, so Jax wouldn't have been able to follow this flash with his stun. So with his direction here, he's actually cut into Kha'Zix. Since he's cut into Kha'Zix, if I move it this way, it'll be much further away from me for a flash stun. So that was like a mistake I made here in this fight. But I made that mistake because I didn't see or know Kha'Zix was coming. So I just E forward because as Jax, you want to go back to your tower. And if you E forward, because something this was a winning play for me. He just jumped on me, he's got a full stack Q. I have E up, I have flash up. Maybe I could have reacted to his flash, and that was something I think, but it's kind of risky plays because I don't like to lose my flash and just keep his flash. That's a pretty hard predict to make. But using E here into the tower, so if Jax wants to walk back up, he has to go through you, and that's going to be pretty disadvantage for him. So if you see here, continue, he walks out, I E, that slows him. And there's a mistake too. I didn't need to E, I mean, in the situation, when I walk back up, because they are slow, it actually allowed me to potentially dodge his E without needing to E just by walking away. But Kha'Zix is also here, so I tried to dodge away from him. I do have a minion here as well, so I don't think I get affected from possibly get affected. Yeah, that actually did a lot of damage. If I win my last hour off, I probably would have known to win that. And I do wonder, even with that mistake, if it was a bit closer to the minion, maybe I would have been able to survive. Because and I might have been in range for cast isolation Q, but that I did not know actually the distance on that. But as far as my team kind of salvages that situation here. Classic dice. Stacks can't really push the wave since it's a 4 kill Graves with full item. When he recalls TP's in. And Judge has 2 kills to me when the gold is even since I have the CS advantage there. And part of the reason we have the CS advantage is um, due to the wave situation earlier where I crashed the wave into Jax and um, he got a kill on me, but he had to lose that entire wave since Graves killed him right after that. And also against Gwen, Jax has to sometimes sacrifice farm to not get poked down. But if he doesn't have flash, and they're both low, well, not they're both low. If Gwen has a decent amount of HP, not to get instantly burst down, um, he kind of wins that. Yeah, he tried to E a bit early once he saw where I was going, and I was able to E away faster than he E. And it's a bit of a mind game situation there. Um, so earlier in this matchup, I think before people used to know a lot about this matchup, I would E instantly, but that's a big mistake. I realized. At least in the state of Josh, you can't stand your ground. Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't actually just Q into me. And probably because I have alt ignite, so he's probably afraid of that. And also have flash, and he wouldn't do enough damage to kill me. And in that situation, he would literally just die, unless he flashes away. But I don't think he has flash in this moment. So yeah, I probably could have killed him, right? I could have taken the stun instead of eating away. I could have taken the stun, because he used his Q. Could have taken the stun, altered him, ignited. If he tries, and would have no escape because he has no flash at this point, and I would have actually killed him. So that's a mistake on my part here. I made here when he jammed onto me. Okay, he didn't use his Q. Yeah, his Q was right, but he has no way to kill unless he just can Q back to his tower. I don't think his Q goes back to tower, does it? Yeah, it doesn't go back to tower, but he has a wave coming up. But I potentially could have just killed him there because he has no Q to dash to really unless he's into me. He has no flash, and he wouldn't have the damage to counteract my healing, etc. But he recalls anyway because he's low. I have a gold advantage here, and I have my item. Yeah, I didn't need to use my ult here. It's kind of unfortunate how to use my ult. I probably could have just dashed over the wall if I walked. But that was also risky. But yeah, let's skip ahead. So I have the item advantage here. I chunked out Jax because he has to recall. I think he has TP though. He doesn't. But he's not able to catch the wave. Yeah, he tries to fight me, and he almost dies for it because I have item advantage here. And Jax is a pretty strong champion. So I'm not surprised you also got like the WE damage in, but also buffer. Also got a tower shot here, and he has lethal temple. But I'll say I didn't need to flash. He has not mistaken me. I actually could have flashed onto him, but I expect him to do more damage. Hence why I did flash, wanted to flash and have Ignite kill him. So it's a misplay by me. I should have been confident, have the item advantage, have a double lead. I should have just fought that, but I thought I made a mistake. So this play ends, I recall. So this been neutral for the most part. They have like a slight level lead, and you can look at this matchup. This doesn't really seem like a super Jack's favorite matchup. A matchup Gwen just simply can't play. Here he gets me surprised. I panic a little bit. Here I should never get hit by his E. But yeah, kiting him with his R, he has to flash on me, and I actually missed my R because I kind of panicked. I wasn't expecting him to jump me from there. If I wasn't panicked and if I played better, I would have dodged his E. He would have been completely dead. I would not have missed my R3. But because of that play, he tries to fight me again here. Here it's a bit more even. But now he doesn't have flash, right? So I say, if not, we both, if just without flash, it's so much less of a threat against Gwen. So here he just dodges E. What can he do? The R, you kite him a little bit. He keeps into you. Yeah. So he can't just die if he face fights you like that. But what Jack should have done, hypothetically speaking, is he attacks me, he got a good trade. I use my E, I R. That's his Q uppercut. What he needed to do was Q away. Because I already used my E, right? And if he does Q away, even if I do follow him with E, that buys enough time for his E to come back up. But he Qs into me immediately. And he gets a full stack Q or etc. So as Jax, you gotta actually play kind of smart against Gwen in that way. Because he gained the lead earlier from that surprise kill he got on me. So it's more risky for me to trade into him. Yeah. But I mean, laning phase is pretty much over after that, so I'll go to the other game
Red team's turret has been
um,
destroyed.
for some more insight as to what you need to do as Jax. So go to the game. This game I lost. And once again, this doesn't really look like it. This Jax has be more mastery points, so he's more familiar with the matchup. Um, I assume. But here, Jax is does some surprising. I don't see many grass Jax do. He goes grass, so I am
The
thinking it's
summoner's
okay. This
rift.
is grabs Jax.
Minions have
I could contest
spawned.
away because it's gonna lead to a tempo. Um, so I try to do that. That's my first mistake. I should have auto queued here. Um, but yeah, you can see Jax is just focused on getting the wave in, and because of that, instead of fighting me, if he tried to fight me, I'll pretty sure I would win because I have Conqueror, he has Grass, I have Ignite, he has TP. Um, so he doesn't try to fight me, he tries to get the wave in, get like a level advantage. And now I'm in a quite a bind here because I have lots of HP. I'm down the pot. My early plan didn't go as planned essentially. And here you can see, look at Jax's movement here. You see, he has a full stack Q. He's not immediately jumping in. He's not really dodging with Q. He's trying to bait out the Q I have. And he only really thinks about jumping in once I use up Q. So yeah, he knows I'm looking for Q here. He's reading my body language. He eats that, so the damage gets reduced. It looks like he's looking for a ward. Yeah, I'm not too worried because I still have enough HP to potentially play the bounce back. Um, but yeah, I'm just focused on catching as much CS as possible. Hopefully in level 4. In level 4, I could trade him better into Jax. Here, you see what he did? He walked forward, pretending he's gonna hit a minion. I should have been a bit more patient. He would have just sacrificed CS, get a minion. Um, yeah, I should have forced him. So in situations like that, like, see, yeah, he has to lose the minion because he expected me to Q, and yeah, he actually sacrificed the minions. Yeah, I'm not like E in a way as you see here. It's Jax with his thought trace is better for him, but the minions are hitting him here once he Qs onto me, right? Minions are hitting him. So if he starts not E using E, minions are hitting him. I think if I was closer to his minions, I would just stack on his minions, him to get a bit more damage in. But Gena I'm kinda low. Because if he E's onto me, even if I E away, he can flash E. This will have Kiana come, but then, I lose XP for this. Because I'm sharing XP Kiana. And my E isn't back up, and I'm making a mistake of walking. I should have waited for my E to be back before walking the wave, and that kind of was leading me to die, because my E was not back up yet. And I think Jax possibly knew that, hence why he jumped in. Because I used the E to push the wave, because I'm like, oh, Kiana, see, I'm safe. Mistake, I also used my full start Q, right? Here, I could have autoed either way, and maybe I could have even flashed. So Jax possibly could have followed his flash. But even if I either way, he also would have just flashed too. And I still would have died. I think Kiana should have walked the position of the wave with me. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you can see here what the Jax is doing. He doesn't get like poked down too much. Um, he plays that pretty right. He pays attention to my cooldowns, knows when he can get in. So now I'm in like a pretty big disadvantage because he has TP. So I have to walk into that wave. Um, it still crashes, so it's not the worst. But if we was able to freeze that, that would be pretty bad because some level 4 to his level 5. And yeah, I just have to play patient. Plus he's level 6, I'm level 5. I can't really contest this push here. See, I try to keep the wave at the sweet spot for Gwen versus Jax around this area, because he doesn't walk through this wave in. And yeah, that's why I try to get poke, and the Jax is really good at avoiding the poke. Because the more poke I want to get on him, the easier it's going to be for me to kill him later. So yeah, I E into him, because I know he can't really follow me here because of the tower. But here I'm trying to see, yeah. But I can E, I know I can E to him because he used his E earlier. And I'm pretty sure I win here, which is why I'm fighting, because he used his E earlier. And here is a Q. And he flashes that. Yeah. And yeah, I almost died. I think my E came back and was good to live, but this point we both gonna have to recall. The wave is pushing into him. I can play that, but yeah, you're kind of seeing the strength of Grass Jax, and he gets a good buy of having Sheen for his back, and Sheen for his back is pretty strong for Jax. Like, look at that damage from Ronaldo. Yeah, I'm fighting because I know Kiana is here, and he notices that. I want to get the wave in. Yeah, I don't ask Kiana to help me push that in again. Because I know he doesn't have flash. This time I'm paying attention to my E. So here, I E this direction, and I get hit, which is a big mistake by me. If I don't get hit, I actually kill Jax here. So I'll say for me, I guess it's a bit nervous to be here and actually walking into his tower because towers certainly they be kind of inconsistent sometimes. So you're kind of scared of your tower shot walking here, but really shouldn't be. You should walk in a straight line to get as much space as possible because Jack starts have to walk back to his tower. Um, and then you have a much bigger wave, so you shouldn't be afraid in that situation. So long as you don't get hit by his E, even in that situation, you win. So Jack comes in, he has a 2 kills here. Um, Despite the 2 kills, one going actually closer than you think because I have Ignite, and I can dodge a big chunk of his damage with my E. Which is why he goes for short trace here. He tries to whittle me down, and he does my attempt to whittle him down, which is pretty good on his part. Okay, yeah, let's get a good Q here. He's going to E to me. I follow him. I E back, and then I immediately walk away. So that's like something you can do if Jax ever Qs into you. You can auto him back, fight him, especially if he doesn't have an E. So he Qs at me, auto. I Q E, auto, step back, right? Because that puts me off his distance for his E, so he doesn't leave it alone. He just steps forward and steps back, out HP lead, etc. So even despite being a level behind, despite the huge gold advantage, um, the matchup isn't looking impossible. I'm being honest, it's not looking crazy. Maybe it's a better way Jax could have played it, and if you're a Jax main, let me know. Like, yeah, it's a skirmish that happens, which is not really the best for me because I use my ult, I use my ignite to kill Kane, and I die myself. Jax ends up wasting his time here. The tower kills the minion, so I think it's a mistake because he doesn't get the Kiana. She escapes, and now the wave's pushed into me, but he does have TP. But like, if this skirmish didn't happen, I potentially could have dived Jax with my ult because he had no flash at all. Type ignite at a huge HP advantage, 3 decent minion wave. So it's actually not that good for me. I don't even get a kill, so I'm not even closer to my item. Um, yeah, so now I'm in a bad position against Jax. I don't have ignite, I don't have ult. This is as good as his gets for Jax because the only way for you to truly kill him um, is with your ult. You don't really have the DPS early on. Now your ult to kill him. And yeah, he W's me, huge damage, especially with grass. And he's getting tanky as well with the grass, and I think what else moves does he have? Yeah, overgrowth. Decent amount of HP. It's a little bit tankier. And that's kind of enough of what you need to just survive even the tiniest bit. So I'm gonna get pretty disadvantaged here. He has ult. I don't have my ult coming back soon. I have flash, so I'm a bit more confident here. But still, flash play is a bit difficult because you can't have to predict it. And here you can see he's dodging my Q. Because of the Jax here. He's about to Q here. Here. About to Q auto here. So how you use Q here? What was it? I think it's this one. Oh, here it is. That's that. Oh, maybe I misread that. Most way he tries to auto, he stops that auto. Yeah, I completely missed my Q, which would make sometimes Dax will jump behind you, so you go land behind, use Q behind you as well. But it's a pretty stressful situation because I'm pretty behind. So I get Chang'an, let's take the recall, take the loss. Here I'm in a much better position because my flash and ignite is back up. Jack still has, I'm pretty sure still has the item lead, but my Flash Ignite is back up and he's not full HP. He has Flash though, so he could Flash in to follow my E and get his damage up instantly. Um, but here I just Q, he E's instantly. I know CK is coming. I ult to him, you flash to him, ignite him, try to ult him, maybe get a kill. Unfortunately, I didn't because he just barely survives the smallest HP, and that's really the kind of the HP he gets from this grass, to be honest, which what kind of helps him survive there.
Promptly.
But pretty big disadvantage for me. I push the wave in. Okay, it's not too bad for me now. I'm still a pretty decent gold apart, but I'm almost got my item. He has Trinity Force. I'm at a disadvantage now. I don't have all. He has so I'm pretty sure he still has Flash. Yeah, that's Flash. His ult is coming back up. His field cooldowns ahead of mine. But you can see here, he's constantly trying to dodge my Q and bait that out. See, I think he's coming for this cannon wave, and he kind of motions for it, but he knows to get it in before I'm going to react, because I kind of expected him to not auto and walk back, and then go for the second auto. But he essentially doesn't like do that skill check. I'm not able to poke him down. So even though the wave is pushing for me, so this day is say where you can stack your Q on Gwen. I watched this stack Q, he got a big chunk. Now I can't play anymore. Right? I have to go back. But thankfully I have TP. Else he would have died me if I stayed. I have TP, able to come back up, level 11. Push the wave. Yeah, so item wise, we're kind of even right now, despite the gold difference. Honestly, need to look at how much Trinity Force costs versus Stocks and Dawn. Because despite the gold difference, we're kind of even right now. We're both of our first item. He has 1k in base though. Um, so if he did recall, that's big for him. So he fights me here. I don't mind this play. At this point, you can see here. At this point, I'm able to do the short trades better thanks to Daxton Dawn. Um, but yeah, he jumps on me. I missed my Q. I was supposed to try and poke me to do a bit better on that. But if someone does a bit better on that, do a lot better in this matchup than I did. It's been a while, so um, since I played Jackson this level, so getting these Qs in, it's not wasn't as easy. But the more you play this matchup, the easier it will be. So he jumps on me, procs bone play in. I auto. That was the Dustin Dunn proc, so I EQ, and then he uses his E, but I'm a distance away where I'm able to just walk away. I don't get hit. So now I have a slight like health advantage, even though he has level advantage. So if he were to jump for me, my Ignite is coming back up, he will die. Um, so yeah, so he has to recall. He'll get his item. He recalls. This is why I make a mistake because I forget about the quest for top lane. If you bring TP, you get a huge shield. And I almost died for that. He actually could have flashed on me potentially if he had W up. Maybe flashed W, maybe he didn't have it, and I would have died. But you can see just how much Gwen does. Like he is full HP. I am 700 HP. But he has no E up. And because he has no E up, I'm able to survive and do so much damage to him. That's Gwen. What a crazy amount of damage. Decent amount of damage. Um yeah. But he came with the level lead, a huge shield. Um he potentially could have flashed. He didn't have W, which is probably why he didn't flash auto, because I think a regular flash auto maybe would not have killed with my HP actually. I could have probably gotten a second auto, but I would have ignited, would have taken tower shot, and he probably would have potentially would have died. Though he could have also queued away. Two because his Q is nice. Q is an off, so he would have died if he had flashed autoed. Unless it was like a passive prop, but he needs yeah, unless it was a passive prop. Yeah, but honestly, not sure if he would have killed there. But yeah, this bridge can tell like this lane is kind of cooked for me. It's not impossible. If there's certain mistakes I didn't make, like dying early, poking better, this game though went my way, like it did with the other Jax game. But yeah, this
Blue
is
team's
pretty much a
turret
Gwen
has been
versus Jax
destroyed.
matchup. It's not a matchup where you have to play fully passive. It really is a skill matchup. And there are certain things you need to do, certain things that Jax needs to do, certain predictions you have to make. You need to be able to bait out Jax E. Jax needs to bait out your Q so it doesn't get poked down. You need to decide where to eat away to so you don't get hit by Jax E. React buffering your Q. Don't you Jax E if you get hit, or you're all using or you all to follow Jax, like Jax jumping behind you like that. Here if I had all, I potentially could have killed. But yeah, I traded to him more because I know he does have E, and I can't do that. I have Dax and Dawn. If I had all here, she would have died. But if I had all, he probably also would have had all. Also, probably would have gone differently. Yeah, it's hard to tell. Um, yeah. So that's Jax versus Gwen. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you learned a lot. Um, I probably plan to do more tutorials on different Gwen matchups here that people tend to find difficult. I think the main ones, Fiora, Riven, Tryndamere, those games, those I don't find too crazy. For example, I appreciate like a Tryndamere game, not too long. Ergot is not what we find difficult. I find Ergot pretty easy, actually. Like I've played the games with Ergot a couple of times here, and one, even though I looks like I lost here, I won the lane. I just didn't play bunch ball after that. There's another game here. Set is pretty easy as well. It's against. So one game here I have against Tryndamere. Is this one? No, it's against Singe. And I lose that game. No, it's against Norm. Not too crazy. Uh, let's see if I can find a Tryndamere game. Shouldn't have been too far from here. This is this is oh, this wasn't too long ago. It was a very short game actually. I guess it's been a while, so it's not on the match history. Um, yeah. So let me check. Let me actually check op.gg to show you like Trinamere versus Gwen actually isn't that crazy a matchup for Gwen. I mean, there are a lot of ways I think you can do to win. Um, this is the Trinamere versus Gwen. You can see here 11-2, 3 ACS per minute. Trinamere. I was last pick two. I picked it into Tryndamere. Not too crazy. To have another one here, if I can find it. Another one here, win 14-3-10. Here, I kind of ended the beginning, but I was supposed to come back from that. So even when you die early, it's not like impossible. You just gotta know when you can take advantage of different situations. If you look here, uh, yeah, this is like my one way against different champions, 63% against Garen, 57% against Trinomir, 50% against Riven, 16% against 67% against that's just how do I how do how do I do this by win rate? Let's just sort it by win rate this way. Yes, it's not simple skills. Jace, set, 50% against Trinity and 50% against Ribbon, Akali. I'm gonna hate the matchups. Very good. Actually, negative win rate, but it's actually not that hard a matchup. And ironically, there's some easier matchups. A bit lower. Darius isn't that hard. Kills isn't that hard. So it really depends on your team in terms of the win rate too. Uh, but yeah, all right. So that's the end of the video.